Hello again, everybody. Brandon Crow with you here on another edition of UVU Women's Soccer Off the Pitch. Today we are going to talk with the multi-talented Jocelyn Bybee.
And a pitch that goes into the back of the net. Jocelyn Bybee. And that one cleared off the line, still loose and turned in.
All right, Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining us here on Off the Pitch. First and foremost, how are you?
Doing good.
Where are you?
I'm at home in Alpine.
Okay. So close to Lone Peak, correct?
Yep, correct. Just down the street.
Your alma mater?
Yep.
So what was high school like in Lone Peak?
I would say there's always people everywhere. I mean, my graduating class was 900 to 1,000 kids, so there's just, a ton of people all the time. Super, super busy. A lot of outgoing people. Just super fun.
Man, so how big is the school in general, would you say?
Ooh, I don't know. Probably 4,000. There are quite a few kids. It's it's 6A now. 6A now,
So out of all those kids, you were one of the lucky ones to make it on the 22 some odd man roster for your high school team.
Yep.
So was soccer something that was kind of like in your blood ever since you were born, or did you grow to love it? When did you first really start playing soccer?
My parents put me in soccer when I was about 5 years old, I think. And I think I've always, as far as my parents have described it, I've always kind of loved it. I've always loved running, and running with a ball was even better. So, yeah. And super competitive,
So you're one of the few people on this earth that I can't relate to because you like to run.
Yeah, I don't know. My dad ran at BYU, and a few of his brothers and his sister ran at BYU too. So running kind of in our blood, something that we all love doing.
So when you train, especially during this crazy off season, I know a lot of you guys had to do some workouts on your own. I know that soccer workouts are different than other sports, but how far would you say that you've ever ran in one go?
I ran a half marathon over this last Thanksgiving, so probably about that, 13, 14 miles.
Where was that?
That was Thanksgiving Point. So, yeah.
Is that something that you enjoy? Did you do that with your family?
I did that with my work, actually. My work wanted to sign up and do that, so we just did it together. I trained with a couple colleagues at work, and it was a good time. It was fun.
Cool. Where do you work?
Yeah. In and around pool covers.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm a receptionist, so I answer calls, run payments, answer some questions on the covers. So, yeah. It's a fun
Excellent.
time.
So now you described to us you have an athletic family. So growing up, were there multiple sports that you dabbled in, or was it just mainly soccer?
Yeah, I would say I did quite a bit of basketball when I was younger. I actually really liked basketball too. When it came down to it, I loved soccer more, but I did basketball. I did track and a little bit of cross country in high school as well, but ultimately soccer is the best.
Now, it's a theme that I've been able to pick up with all your teammates here is that I'd probably say 90% of the teammates that I've spoken with, they've all talked about playing basketball and they love basketball. Have you guys ever played basketball as a team yet?
We haven't, and I've actually thought about doing that. I think it would be kind of fun. Because like you said, there is quite a few players that play basketball as well.
I know I would love to watch that. I would love to see the coaches get involved too, to see Seth and Kyle and Chris out there playing basketball. Which one of the coaches would you say would probably hold their own the best on the hardwood?
I'd say probably Kyle.
Okay, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Now, what was your process like, Jocelyn, of coming to Utah Valley?
Let's see, just throughout the year, like club team wise, how did I get to play in college soccer?
Well, was Utah Valley someplace that you? Well, first off, was college soccer something that you always wanted to do, and then second, was Utah Valley on the radar a lot for you, or how did you come to Utah Valley?
Yeah, Yeah, college soccer is, I mean, from since I was little, I think um my dad and I, we both, I mean, I recognized I had some talent in that area, and I was hoping to go as far as I possibly could playing soccer just because I love it so much. So that's always been a dream and a goal of mine, and my dad's always pushed me pretty hard to be the best that I can be in that area. UVU, I think, has always definitely always been on my radar. I when I was younger, actually, probably my freshman year, I was wanting to go out of state, possibly to California, or just to go out thinking it would be fun to leave and experience something different. But as I kind of grew up a little bit, sophomore and junior year, I was like, yeah, I think I want to stay. I want to stay in Utah. And then, yeah, UVU brought up a great opportunity, and so it's been the best decision for me. So,
What's been one of your favorite memories so far as a Wolverine?
um, hmm. I would say Michigan, the two long trips that we took in my freshman year were pretty cool. First, the Michigan trip. That was my first ever traveling trip with the team. So we got to go to Michigan, Chris's hometown, and we got to go to his parents' house and meet them and just kind of see where his stomping grounds were, and that was kind of cool. And then just getting to play some pretty good teams out there was cool, and to see how we measured up to them, it was pretty fun. And then Seattle was similar, being able to go into the WAC tournament and just seeing the level and playing out there was cool too.
Now, we'll dive into a little bit more X's and O stuff here in just a minute, but peel back the curtain for us, Jocelyn. What are some things that people might not know about you?
Um, I probably, I mean, I play the piano. I love playing the piano. I've played probably, let's see, I played since I was 8. So what, 11 years that I've played. I really love it. That's probably something most people don't know about me. Trying to think what else. I don't know. Oh, I'm scared of dogs. That's something people probably don't know. I don't. I usually, yeah. Like someone has a dog at their house, I'm usually like, I won't say it, but I'm usually like scared because I'm worried. I've gotten bit by dogs when I was little, so
Oh no.
that's kind of, yeah. That's kind of still a little fear of mine, but yeah.
Is there a piano nearby?
I do have one upstairs. Yeah.
Can you show us a little something?
Sure. Yeah, I could.
Have you ever used any skills that you learned playing the piano to your sports world at all?
Yeah, I think a lot of like practicing. I've practiced. I mean, I didn't love it. Like growing up, it was definitely something that I had to kind of be forced to do. And then probably around 14 years old was when I was like, okay, I actually really like doing this. But I would practice like an hour a day at times. And yeah, that was definitely something I didn't want to do. And I think with soccer, it's kind of helped me to be like, okay, maybe I don't necessarily want to go do all the technical work, all the not such as fun stuff. But to go spend time on that actually makes your game like 100 times better. So.
That's awesome. Now, what's one? I know your career at Utah Valley pretty short so far, but in the short amount of time you've been at the university, what aspects of your game or personal development do you feel like you've been able to see a growth in?
I think my speed of play for sure. That's probably the thing I noticed the most coming into college soccer was like the speed of play, like your touch, and you have to have your head up at all times, like knowing where you're going to pass the ball next, and where it's going to go, and like being able to read plays like 3 times, like 3 plays ahead of before the play even happens, like knowing what's going to happen in your head. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Now, what can we expect from you, or let's start here. What are your expectations for yourself this season?
I want to be able to create as many opportunities as I can for my teammates to score, and also I want to get goals in the back of the net as well. I think that's kind of my responsibility in the position that I'm in, playing outside wing forward. I want to be able to get good crosses into the box and get some shots off from the inside as well. So
Now, I know it's a special feeling. I've never scored a collegiate goal or even a high school goal. I've scored goals in FIFA, you know, things like that. But I know it's a special feeling to score a goal. But it's also a special feeling to know that you can, you know, hook one of your teammates up. So have you had a favorite memory on the field so far as a Wolverine?
I think one of my favorite, it was actually a really simple goal, but it was just really fun. It was in the WAC tournament. I think it was, I can't remember who we were playing, but it was maybe it was the quarter of the semifinals. And Sadie, I think, yeah, Sadie Brockbank crossed it, tapped it across, like barely nicked it across, and I was able to nick it into the goal. And that was a really fun moment, just because I think, I mean, the game was on the line, and we had barely got a touch on it, and it went in the goal. So
Now, what are you expecting from your team this year?
Big expectations for us. I think we're the best that we've ever been. Kind of like Chris has said, we have a ton of talent, a ton of potential to. I think I want to win the WAC and go as far into the NCAA tournament as possible. I think we have a lot of exciting things ahead. So,
all right, last question here. Based off of what you've been able to see so far, what are the some things that Utah Valley needs to do in order to achieve those goals?
I think definitely team camaraderie. We're very good. I think we're really close as a team, which is really good. I think staying positive towards one another and giving constructive criticism is important. Keeping the work rate up, keeping our fitness up. I think those are all things that will help us.
Excellent stuff, Jocelyn. Well, thank you for joining us here off the pitch, and I wish you nothing but success here this season and in the future.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, good stuff, Jocelyn. Thank you. That was awesome. Great piano. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, you enjoy your time with your family, and hope to see you on Saturday.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Jocelyn. Nice. Very good. That was awesome.
Thank you.